name is Heather Meldrum, and I'm a 5th grade teacher at Stanley Hupfeld Academy at Western Village.
Should work it out right now. I want us to use our
A gentleman that I worked with at the bank had hounded me to teach a class called Junior Achievement. And for 3 years I told him I would not speak in front of children. So I ended up walking into a classroom that was nice and neat and everything was perfect in it. And I taught my lesson, and I asked the kids at the end of the lesson, I said, does anyone want to share something that they learned? Which was not in the script. And this classroom of kids raises their hands about stuff they were excited about. And at that moment, I mean, it was like God spoke to me, and He just told me, this is it. This is your path, this is where you're supposed to be, and this is the direction I've been shaping for you. Teaching is the best profession. There's no other profession in the world, and I've had 3 of them, that you get to leave each day and see a miracle. You get to see a child take something that they didn't know before and use it and practice it and then bring it back to you and then share it with another child or with a teacher or something. It's the only profession in the world that you get to see a glimpse of what they're going to be as an adult. It's the only profession in the world you get that. Well, our body is... I have this one student who is, by all accounts, a fighter. She came to me with minimal reading skills and not a lack of or an inability to learn, just because of everything that had happened in her life, had not had a lot of time in the classroom.
My most favorite subject was recess, because that's where I'm not cluttered in a classroom full of kids that know what to do, instead of being outside, being free, know how to breathe and stuff like that. I was reading on probably a 2nd grade or 1st grade level, or maybe a 3rd grade, but I wasn't on the right track. I was like slow behind, like real behind.
She has not only grown in her reading, it's expanded over her math, her science, her social studies.
She's like a teacher that I can be on her track. Like, if she's in track, I'll be right behind her.
She has created, in her own home, in her bedroom, literacy centers for her kindergarten siblings and her 1st grade sister to help them become better readers so they don't have to do what she's having to do right now. It's never just about the academics, it's always about what kind of citizen are they going to become later in life? What kind of person are they going to be later in life? It's not just to teach them that 2 times 2 is 4. It's to teach them that life has so much more than what they think to offer, and to be able to show them that. You know, sometimes you have to let them fail so that they can see what success really is. Teaching them the academics will come, but if they don't feel loved and they don't feel safe and they don't feel like you're on their side, you're going to battle teaching them the academics. I want to make sure that my kids know I love them, and sometimes it's a hug and sometimes it's you need to get your act straight. In my room I have a cup. It's a paper cup. Well, it's a picture of a cup, and it's how full are you today? Because we have to recognize that our students come to us with an empty cup inside of them, and some days they come to our schools and that cup is already filled with, I got up late, I didn't have breakfast, I didn't get my homework done, and that cup is filled up, and it had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with being in 5th grade. But they're in my room now and their cup is filled up, and then I say, I need you to tuck your shirt, and their cup just spilled over and they're done, and it's 8:05. that's the reality of what we have, because we're not just dealing with a child that is right in front of us at that moment. We're dealing with everything that child came to school with, everything that child brought from home, everything, whatever. And that's not a demographic issue, that is kids today. They come with these cups filled with anxiety and fear and frustration and all of that. And if we don't recognize that before they walk in our door and make them feel safe, and that's what, if I had the mayor here, that's what I'd say. I want you to see my kids. I want you to see how they talk. I want you to see how they answer these questions. I want you to laugh because they're funny when they say things. You know, their ideas are outstanding. But if you don't give them a platform to be able to share that, and you stick them in front of a test and a piece of paper, you're never going to know them. I want you to know my kids.